So we're going to move on to an award that is pretty close to my heart. I had a small part in developing this along with Donna Cashin and Jennifer Boehm. And this is the new first year we're having the Large Lake Champions. So this is the inaugural set of Large Lake Champions. And this award was meant to reflect individuals whose work kind of goes beyond just the research that reaches into the social, the economic, and ecological understanding of large lakes of the world. We are looking here for a mix of kind of up and coming large lake people, as well as folks that have a more established place within the realm of large lakes. And the idea here is not just to honor these people and thank them for all of their contributions, but also to maybe ask them for a bit of guidance and to meet with the board and to help steer which way IAGLR might be going in the future and provide some suggestions that will be reinvigorating for IAGLR. So with that, I'll ask Pat Chow-Fraser to turn on your camera if you're here, Pat. Pat, as most people know, is a former IAGLR president. She has, I don't want to, give away a number. She has a lot of experience working on the Great Lakes. She was pioneering in a lot of aspects of research on the Great Lakes, including but not limited to the use of GIS in kind of quantifying coastal characteristics. I could tell you what a stellar research record she has. You could just type Google Scholar in and you can see for yourself. There's no doubt that she's been one of the most influential researchers in the Great Lakes. And also the individual that nominated Pat also wanted me to mention that she had just an incredible influence on her students, and she is always supporting her students and bringing them to conferences and introducing them to people and training the next generation of large lake researchers. So congratulations, Pat. Welcome to the inaugural class of the Great Lakes Champions. I can't say any more about you. It's amazing. Next, we have another individual that folks might be familiar with, our own Katherine Fabrie, who has been at the University of Windsor since 2019. That doesn't seem right that it's only 2019 because she's done so much since she has been there. She established the Healthy Headwaters Lab, where they just have an amazing commitment to equity, diversity, inclusion across all scales of research, teaching, and service. Her growing team I've had the pleasure of going down to Windsor and observing the team of First Nations individuals, farmers, researchers, all these people sitting in the same room. And she has this incredible capacity to foster relationships and draw the best out of people. And obviously a young up-and-comer in the research world, but I also think that we'd all agree that she is one that is someone to look to in terms of an example of how we can conduct research moving forward. So I don't know if Katherine is here. I don't have all of the folks on my screen here, but I will just give Katherine a big round of applause as well. our next winner is Abraham Francis. And Abraham was nominated by a couple of people within IAGLR. He is the program manager for the Mohawk Council of Akwesasne's Environment Program. Although, you know, if you look at his background, he has I believe, an undergraduate in microbiology and graduate degree in natural resource management. He's really made his mark advocating for his community and other Indigenous communities, working with the International Joint Council, among other governmental bodies. The quote that was given by one of the nominees is, "Abraham is necessarily and refreshing outspoken about the needs of his community, as well as other Indigenous communities, and how interdisciplinary environment and research is needed now more than ever." So I think we can all agree, for IAGLR, this is something that we have talked about for a long time, and we are starting to put into action. And we're hoping that that Abraham can provide maybe some guidance in that respect. But I'd like to congratulate him on being one of our inaugural large lake champions. Next, we have Jim Olson. Jim, are you there? I don't know if you can turn on your camera. I'm not quite sure if you pop to the top of my feed, if you would. But for those who don't know, Jim is a nationally renowned water law expert. He launched a nonprofit organization called FLOW, which is for the love of water, which I'm sure most, if not all of you are familiar with. By all accounts, has an encyclopedic knowledge of the law surrounding natural resources and the principles that lie at the foundation of Western environmental law. He's got over 50 years experience as an environmental water and public interest law advocate. So public interest law is one of his specialties. And Jim, I've never had the pleasure of meeting you, but everyone that I have run into when I've mentioned that you are being given this award has just sung your praises and conveyed how much and how deserving you are of this award. So we look forward to talking with you about this as well. And then the fifth and final large lake champion this year, Ali, I don't know if you're out there, if you can turn on your camera, is Ali Shakur. Ali is a PhD student at Wayne State University, researching the impact of harmful algal blooms on larval fish, which I think everyone can acknowledge is a pretty important area of research right now. But I think what really kind of made Ali stand above everyone else is his commitment to education. He goes out into grade schools and engages with youth, especially in at-risk communities. He speaks with anglers and folks that use the water and educate them about things like consumption advisories, fishery science, fish biology, and the other aspect of Ali, which I'm sure folks who know him are quite aware of. And though I've never got to meet you, Ali, I've got to see you on YouTube and you fishing out on the Great Lakes, and you are obviously a phenomenal fisherman as well. I would love to get on a boat with you for an hour to learn a thing or two. But for all of your advocacy and your educational pursuits and really getting Great Lakes and fish science out there, we congratulate you. And we welcome you to the inaugural group of the Large Lake Champions. So with that, I would ask everyone to just kind of give one last round of applause for the Large Lake Champions. I think that this is a great inaugural class. It's going to be tough to recreate such a field in the future years, but with folks coming up through what I hope is a reinvigorated and refreshed system, and through researchers that embrace the larger picture when it comes to studying Great Lakes, I think the future bodes well.